All right, I know that someone somewhere out there can relate to this. It is, you ever meet someone who, for some reason, you tell them something, whether it be significant or insignificant, and they just feel this urge to just divulge it to the world. And you're like, this was something that, just because I'm telling you and it's not something personal, it doesn't mean that I appreciate you going around venting what I share with you. If I pick you as my audience, is for a reason. If I want it for everyone to know, then I would make a public announcement about it. I know many people who are like that. As a result, I do not make a habit out of interacting with these kinds of people, because it's not that they're bad people, it's just that there is always a time and a place to say something. There are some things in life that it is not your job to divulge. I just feel like people should ask ahead of time. If you think that the discussion that you just had with someone, you will feel compelled to share it, I think you should ask the person involved if they are okay with those details about you being shared. I do that in every single one of my conversations. I'm like, hey, I understand that this is rather personal or confidential. Do you mind if I discuss it without attaching your name to it? Or is it alright for me to share this at all? Usually the person says yes, but just because most people say yes doesn't mean that it's guaranteed that they're going to say yes, because I have been in the situation where the person says, I would rather you don't. And I respect that. But there are just people who like to live off venting what other people's business is, and I just don't get it. I just don't relate. The only times I do something that's similar to that is when I have a situation, say at work or in my house, and I'm just looking for advice, but I'm not exactly sharing personal details about someone. Or I just know that this person has told me in the past that they don't care about what they tell me being shared, unless they specifically say, look, this is a rather sensitive matter for me, and I just want to discuss it with you, and I hope that it stays between us. Yeah, I'm just wanting to rant and vent about that and just express that. What do you guys think? How do you feel? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Do you feel the same way I feel? Do you know where I'm coming from? How does that make you feel? Does it bother you at all? Or do you just make sure to keep stuff to yourself, no matter how much you might want to share it, for the sake of not going through situations like this? For me, I'm very good at choosing my audience. If I have something personal that I want help with, I know whom to go to. It's like my gut just gravitates me toward them, and I have never regretted saying something. It's just that I wonder why some people have this thirst to just be rambling like that about other people's business, you know? I know that as humans we are social creatures, but for me there's just so much better stuff to be curious about and to be discussing than somebody else's business. The only way I find out about other people's business is because someone is telling me about it, and I'm like, okay. If I want to know something about someone, I ask because I made an observation and I may be worried about that person, or I'm trying to improve their life quality based on something that I know they're struggling with. So I observe them for a bit so I can give better advice. But I'm just not the kind of person to be actively seeking information from other people's personal lives. And there are times in which people are telling me a story that's personal, and I'm like, look, I'm sorry, I'm not the best person to serve as a listener right now because I'm busy, or I'm just not attentive. And if you're going to give me your time sharing a story, I like to be actively listening so I can be there for you if you need me to. I just don't like to be fake like that and play with people's information or even feelings like that. I don't know. You guys let me know what you're gathering from this little rambling, because I just wanted to express this and let it out and see if you guys had anything that you wanted to share or if you can relate in any way. All right, guys, as always, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.